So both horses got put in individual pastures, and Sparky continued to do great. Maverick, on the other hand, decided that he was pissed that he was away from his friends and he didn't want to eat any of his food. As you can see, there's his beautiful food, and way back there is Maverick trying to look at his friends. So we know for a fact he has ulcers, we know his stomach's bothering him, and we know this is going to help, so guess what? So Maverick isn't eating anything because he's pissed we pulled him out of the pasture. And usually we would mix this with applesauce, but we are going to mix it with water, and he's not going to be very happy, but he's going to make his ulcers worse because he's mad that he's not in the pasture with his friends. So he's not being a very good test subject.
Well, I mean, he is.
Well, yeah, he's going to give himself worse ulcers, and now we have to cure them, so I guess he is. Maverick, Maverick, Maverick. You're going to make your grade 2s grade 4s. You got to let us help you, bud. When you're trying to fix ulcers and they won't eat what you're trying to give them, you gotta do what it takes. And that's gonna be tubing him half a scoop twice a day until he starts eating everything when his stomach feels better, when he's not mad about being separated.
This is a full scoop in a tube. No, it's a little too much.
We're real high tech over here with a stick and an old tube.
Hey, it works. It's like you tape your shoes with duct tape.
Whatever works.
They're comfortable then. But
So Ty got a little too much of the ulcer paste in the tube, and so he was putting it in the bucket, and Maverick couldn't resist and started licking it, so he knows it'll help him. He's just upset, so we gotta make sure he gets it in his system until he starts feeling better. Oh well. Until he feels better and starts eating his food, this is what we got to do to get it in him to help fix his ulcers. And then he should start eating it. Everybody else eats it great, but he's always been, when he gets upset, he internalizes.
grinds his teeth.
Yeah, he's a teeth grinder. He doesn't do any of the other stuff aside from, this is the only time he goes away from his food is if you pull him away from his friends, but he doesn't really have any other clinical signs aside from teeth grinding. See how this goes. Okay, so something else I'm trying is I am giving him a bigger bucket to make sure he doesn't dump it out and he can pick through, and splitting up his feedings into twice so he doesn't have to get so much at a time, and maybe he'll eat it better. Just tubed him a half a scoop and he's already starting to eat. Just tubed him half a scoop of the ulcer defense and he came back and he is starting to eat a little bit. So he is upset because he got separated from his friends and he was scoped with grade 2 ulcers, and so that's going to bother him even more. So we're trying to get him all fixed up, but he's not cooperating yet with eating it, and it's making him worse because he's stressed about being separated. So we're going to go ahead and keep tubing him until he starts eating good, and then it can just be in his food. The pellets we're using are Medalist Sprout pellets, and they quickly became a favorite, and the horses really like them. We're keeping these guys on a forage-only diet with no sugars and starches added, and look, he's eating so good now. So glad we're not having to tube him anymore, because really, that's not that much fun, especially when you gotta do it twice a day. It only took about a week of tubing him before he really started hoovering his food and cleaning up everything, so that was great. Both horses got put back into work. So by separating both horses and putting them both back to work, we're actually increasing their chances of getting worse ulcers while giving this protocol. So hopefully the protocol works good enough that everything is still completely healed and gone. We'll find out. Here we go into the vet. Stay tuned for part 3, where we look at the scopes and see if the protocol has been working. And again, this is the protocol we are using by Elite Equine Health and Performance.